What's going on, guys? Bengal King here, coming back at you with another video, and today back on another Madden NFL 20 rebuild. Today doing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and last time we did the Jaguars, it was a fantasy style, and we experimented with the idea, completely unrealistic idea, of the Jaguars actually trading Jalen Ramsey, and that's exactly what they did, and they got a lot of value back. The Rams gave up an absolute haul for Jalen Ramsey, and since we're loading into the actual week, we'll have the actual picks that they acquired from that trade. So we have a lot of picks to work with, or high-value picks, I should say, more so than the Jaguars would usually have. And this is a team that has potential and is probably just some development, a quarterback, and a few other spots here and there away from a real contender of a team. Now, I know they made the playoffs a couple years ago, or even, I guess, 2 years ago now at this point, and it looked like they could have done the same in a very highly competitive AFC South, but between overpaying Nick Foles, which we're going to have to figure out what to do with that in this realistic rebuild, and fans thinking that the turnover-prone Gardner Minshew can be the answer, leaves us in a tough spot. Now, I know you could be a Jaguars fan. You could be all about Minshew mania. He turns over the ball a lot. A lot. And now you could say part of that is him being a rookie, and that's a fair thing to say. Rookies do tend to struggle with turning the ball over fairly frequently, as he does. And he's made some great plays, and he's an exciting player to watch, even if his ceiling is a little bit lower than what you might want out of a franchise-level quarterback. Maybe there's something there, but I really only view Gardner Minshew as a bridge quarterback to your next guy. Kind of like a Chad Henne. You might remember if you were a Jaguars fan. So I kind of view him in that range. I don't think he's quite as good as a Byron Leftwich or a David Garrard. Some names you might remember. You know, Mark Brunell, depending on how old you are. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this Jaguars rebuild. We'll break down the roster, talk about some of their strengths, some of their weaknesses, and some of their weaknesses was former Giants head coach, of course, big Giants fan, Tom Coughlin, Super Bowl winning head coach, not so great of an executive of a player personnel or whatever he was, president of the Jaguars. He was not so good with managing this team. And Doug Marrone has not exactly been a great coach for them. I think he's a decent coach. I just don't think he works there. I think he'd be better off serve somewhere else, or maybe as a coordinator. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, when we take a look at the team, there are definitely some big bright spots. Of course, we're going to start Gardner Minshew over Nick Foles. He's got star development probably, so that's fine. Now, here's the thing about Nick Foles, where even though this is a realistic rebuild, of course, we're taking over under the assumption that I'm the new general manager. I'm making the decisions, and I think that the Nick Foles contract was terrible. And in order to move the team forward, I do want to get rid of Nick Foles. Now, it's not going to happen this year, as the penalty is $45 million, and it only frees $750 in cap space. He's got a 4-year contract worth $80, I want to say, and I think a lot of it is guaranteed. So what we're probably going to do is cut him next year. There's still going to be a huge cap casualty situation, huge cap penalty, but we're going to take it now, so you don't have to worry about it later. It's only affecting the next year. When you take a look at the offensive line, some bright pieces, some not so bright pieces. Cam Robinson's young, but he's not all that good. Juwan Taylor definitely has a lot of potential. Jaguars kind of stole him in the second round, but don't really know what we have there yet, only normal development. A.J. Kahn, he's kind of been okay. He's been in the league for a while now, his 5th year. And, of course, Brandon Linder, former guard turned center, who's fantastic there. And then Andrew Norwell, who the Jaguars paid big time and stole him from the Panthers in free agency. When you look at wide receiver, DJ Chark's been a beast. I think he should have star development, more so than Marquise Lee or D.D. Westbrook. But Chris Conley is also there, Keelan Cole. They've got a bunch of average receivers. None of them are spectacular. DJ Chark's certainly the best of the bunch, as he has big game potential, as sometimes he'll go off for like 150 yards and multiple touchdowns in a game. But yeah, they're pretty much all like average and boring. They're all about the same age. They're all like either 24 to 27 in the 75 overall, but none higher than 80 besides DJ Chark, who's the youngest and the best. He's only 22 years old. But then when you look on the defensive side of the ball, we didn't even talk about Leonard Fournette, but he's pretty good. They also have Raquel Armstead and Divine Ozigbo. They have 2 backups who are rookies. Armstead out of Temple and Ozigbo out of Nebraska. Josh Dobbs also here. At tight end, we need to upgrade because James O'Shaughnessy's not doing it for me, nor is Seth DeValve or Jeff Swaim. Defensively, it's an interesting group. Like Josh Allen, someone we're definitely going to want to play. This is obviously more of a 3-4 style team. If you've seen their personnel, Jake Ryan doesn't matter. I know they brought him in free agency, but I don't care. And I'm aware that Yannick Ngakoue is going to be a free agent. But what we're going to want to do here is move Calais Campbell, 3-4 defensive end, Josh Allen, 3-4 outside linebacker, Yannick Ngakoue, 3-4 outside linebacker, move Telvin Smith to the inside, who's not even playing this year. Miles Jack is going to be a beast. And then Marcel Darius can also be a 3-4 defensive end, or we'll put Taven Bryan in that spot. Another former first-round pick. This team is just so defensive line loaded. Of course, they have A.J. Boye, DJ Hayden, Trey Herndon, Perry Nickerson. Ronnie Harrison's got a lot of potential at strong safety, but we need to improve free safety a lot. Do you have any redeeming qualities? No, Gerard Wilson's pretty bad. Need to improve in a lot of areas. They brought in Preston Leon Jacobs. It's not a great setup, but there's a lot of talent here, just a lot of holes as well. So it's going to look a lot different when we move to a 3-4, and that's really going to show up next year more so than anything else. But yeah, we'll have to see how productive we are. Okay, so this is the new look team. Taven Bryan's going to move over to right end, and of course, none of this is really going to matter in season 1 because season 1's almost over. We're in week 16 already. The team's 5-9, underperforming. I hope we lose out, but we probably will win. Oh, no, we lost. Okay, fantastic. All I have to do is say one thing and the opposite will happen. I'd like to lose again, and the Colts are a team that definitely could beat us. They're 6-9, which is nice. Hopefully they end up beating us here. I'm going to load in the draft class, and of course, I talked about this in the last couple of episodes for the 2020 NFL draft class that I've made. So a lot of changes have been made. You have to re-download it if you want these updates to be in effect. A lot of new players have been added, including Brandon Ayuk out of Arizona State, like Antoine Brooks, Hamza Nasir-Ladin. Nasir, yeah, that's a tough name. I might be saying that incorrectly. It's coming out pretty quickly. Monty Rice, Malik Harrison. Like, a lot of changes have been made, a lot of updates, so definitely download it if you want. Of course, you're not going to be able to have everybody in the class, but there are a lot of guys in here. Would recommend it. And this could be a team ends up taking a quarterback. Could be fun. So we're going to scout these guys. But I will see you guys for the offseason. Talking about re-signing some players. Talking about free agency. Should be fun. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and negotiate now before the end of the season. Just to not be weird. I want Ngakoue back very, very badly. I don't care about the rest at all. Keelan Cole can walk. I'm not bothered by it. We have no money. We can't even bring Ngakoue back. Nick Foles, I hate you. So what do we do now? I'm going to look to cut somebody. I really, really, really don't want to lose Ngakoue. Now, I could offer him a dog. Terrible contract. But then we'd have to franchise tag him, and we go super negative. What's the biggest savings and lowest penalty here for cutting a player? Marquise Lee, still a pretty decent penalty on that one. DJ Hayden could get cut. Avery Jones, that one might be the guy. He's a great run stuffer, great nose tackle, but can't really see him playing a big impact on this team going forward. So I need a little bit of space to try and extend Yannick Ngakoue. I'm going to cut Jones. I should cut Marquise Lee, honestly. Can't trade him right now. DJ Hayden is certainly going to get cut. He's 29 years old, pretty valueless. I know it's a decent penalty, but we need to get rid of some of these bad contracts if we're going to be ultra competitive. Lorente McCray can go. We'll go ahead and cut him. And we have a little bit more space to offer Yannick Ngakoue a deal. It's not going to be enough really to extend him long term. We're still probably just going to have to franchise tag him if we want to keep him. But I will offer him something. And, I mean, if he accepts it, this would actually be a great deal for us. Don't quite have the money to do so, but we should be real close. And Yannick Ngakoue accepts. He's going to be back. So cutting these guys actually paid off big time. Excellent. All right. Well, in that case, it's time for the playoffs, which we won't be making. I'm going to turn on auto scouting. People always are curious about that, but auto scouting it is. Injuries are off. Everything is good to go. All right, off-season time. We don't need Keelan Cole, and the stats are pretty irrelevant. Don't really need anybody in here. Akeem Spence is on the Jags now. I didn't even know that. I remember him with the Bucks, obviously. Or I guess it's not obvious. Akeem Spence isn't exactly a household name. There's Gardner Minshew with that star development. DJ Chark went up to star. Fantastic. That's going to make him a really, really good player for us long term. As you know, he's going to develop just that much quicker. Josh Allen has superstar. This is good. Now, Calais Campbell has regressed substantially. He is 34. This is not a guy we're going to bring back in the future. Great player, made a Pro Bowl, but he's regressing heavily. A.J. Boye has regressed. We got to improve cornerback in a big way. Marcel Darius is regressing. Taven Bryan isn't really progressing. So we got some problems. And our biggest problem right now is we don't really have any money. So we're not going to be able to do anything here. Negative 12 mil because of those cap penalties. So we can't really do anything about that. And we're not forced to take a quarterback this year because we could really go with Minshew Mania if we wanted to. And he's a high enough overall to where we could end up developing him a bit. So maybe we do rock with Minshew Mania for this one. I don't know. That would be fun. I know he's a fun player. Don't get me wrong. I don't even know what fifth-year option I just picked up. Leonard Fournette. That's fine. That's fine. But all right, let's go ahead and simulate to the 2020 NFL Draft. We got some good picks. Should be able to make a big impact. Bring in some big players. Picking in the top 10 is always nice. And we will simulate straight there and see who is available. Jeffrey Okudah goes at number 9 to the Jets. How nice would that have been to bring him in? Now, there are some really, really good receivers here. Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Grant Delpit would be a big addition. Jedrick Wills might not be bad. Improve that tackle spot. Of course, don't need a running back. Some good defensive tackles in here. I think, based on the talent level that's here, top quarterbacks are off the board. We got to go Jerry Jeudy, right? Jerry Jeudy to the Jacksonville Jaguars. How many J's can we get? I'm in. Welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jerry Jeudy, number 2 in the class. 79 overall. Star or better at development. Great speed. Great route running. Jerry Judy's not so fast as he is a technician, but he's a good athlete, and he's great after the catch. Judy's going to be a stud. For me, when people ask me for a comparison for him, I give him, like, think about Julio Jones combined with Amari Cooper. Now, maybe he doesn't have the exact ceiling of a Julio Jones because Julio's arguably the best receiver we've seen over the last decade in terms of production, consistency, staying healthy, everything. Julio's been a stud. Another JJ guy. Even though his first name is not Julio, it's Quintorris Lopez Jones. A little bit irrelevant here. Jeudy is a stud, absolute monster, and he's coming down to Duval. Jerry Jeudy. What a stud. And we pick also at number 20. Could go back-to-back receivers and take a stud there. Kenneth Murray goes to the Dolphins. That'd be interesting. And CeeDee Lamb is off the board. Could go cornerback. Could go Trayvon Diggs. Could go Sean Wade. We kind of need a cornerback more than anything, I would say. Let's take Sean Wade. We haven't taken him before. Sean Wade out of Ohio State. Welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars, ranked number 41. We took him at 20. Another speedster, 6'1", 190, long frame, good build, good speed, star or better development. So we got a pretty good player there. Like adding him, and now we pick near the top of the second round as we'll look to hit on another pick. There goes Jonathan Taylor to the Jets. I'm so excited for the draft. It's going to be so much fun to see where everybody goes. Neville Gallimore is here. I don't think we need a linebacker, at least not on the inside. Could go with a safety in Nasir Al-Din. Could go Curtis Weaver. Don't really need edge so much. Don't need running back. What else is possible? Where we pick? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 2, 6th. Could go Richard LeCount. Albert Okwuegbunam is here. You know, that's probably going to be my pick here. Let's go with, nah, you know what? We've taken him fairly recently. I know we need a tight end. We could come back in the 3rd round and take, like, Bryson Hopkins or something like that. Let's go with Neville Gallimore. And the reason I'm taking a defensive tackle, 72 overall, only normal development, a little bit sucky. Pretty good player, though, overall. High strength, can get after the quarterback. Really has been at Oklahoma for a while. Experienced player. The reason I go with him is because we don't really know about Taven Bryan. We have Marcel Darius regressing big time. We have Calais Campbell regressing big time. We need to improve the defensive line. That's maybe a step in that right direction. And now we'll probably go with a tight end, depending on who's there. Let's go. We get Cole. Jared Pink. Let's go Hunter Bryant out of Oregon. 70 overall, normal development. I mean, he's a pretty good player. Kind of almost more of an H-back in a lot of ways. 6'2", 240. He's got pretty good speed. Not a terrible blocker, I guess. Could be a little bit better. Decent hands. Not a bad player. Just, I don't really know about his play time year one. I don't know what we're going to do with him quite yet. But hit on our first 3 selections in a pretty big way. Our first 2 selections, at least, in a big way. Next 2 selections were not as good, but it's pretty hard to be. And then maybe we'll go Ashton Davis here out of Cal. Get a good rangy, instinctive safety. Not elite range, but he finds the football pretty well, tracks pretty well. 69 overall. Nice. 88 speed. Decent tackling. Not a bad player. Probably not going to play a whole ton, though. And I think that's going to do it for this first year draft here in 2020. And we'll look forward to season number 2. This is the team for season number 2. Still rocking with Minshew Mania. I think that actually could be pretty fun for this rebuild. So we might do that. Minshew Mania meets Jerry Jeudy. I can see the title already. But we're going to go ahead and simulate to the midseason mark. Re-sign some players. Should have a little bit more money to work with than we did last time. Still highly considering cutting Nick Foles. Might do that before the draft, though, next season. And we'll have to see. I don't want Nick Foles long term. He's way too much money for no reason. And at the midseason mark, we are 2-5, killing it, absolutely killing it. So Calais Campbell is a free agent. I don't think we should bring him back for any long-term deal. Obviously, he's 34, but 1 year I can get behind. It's a lot of money, but I can get behind. Maybe even 2 years for Calais Campbell. He's a great player. And he'll regress down to like an 83 maybe over this, 82, which is still okay, and then we won't re-sign him going into that. D.D. Westbrook's an interesting one. Marcel Darius, no way. He's 30 and only a 79 overall. Jake Ryan, we don't need. Chris Conley, we don't need. Don't really need anybody in here. Trey Herndon, maybe, because he should be pretty cheap. He'll be a decent backup. I'd like to take this down a lot, but he probably won't accept. He wants a higher salary. Yeah, I don't know if I want to give it to you. But I do want to bring back D.D. Westbrook, probably. He's a good third receiver. He's a little bit more expensive than I'd like him to be. I'd like to take this down, but again, he probably won't accept. Wants a higher salary. I don't know, man. He's only 26. He could probably get up near an 85 overall, which would be a good third receiver, maybe a good second. Jerry Jeudy is obviously a stud. I just don't think we need to pay a third receiver that much money. Judy's got superstar X Factor development, as you'll see. I hopped in there a little earlier. 82 overall, superstar X Factor. DJ Chark's at 84 overall, star development. Do we really need to pay D.D. Westbrook upwards of eventually $7 million per year to be a third option? I don't think so. We have Marquise Lee. And then when Chris Conley is leaving, we can always replace the wide receiver position. It's not that difficult. There are usually pretty good ones in free agency, if not the draft. So we're doing all right. Record isn't so good, but this is a rebuilding type of year. I think is safe to say. Just going to focus on development of really Gardner Minshew more than anybody. Still considering wide receiver in the draft. Still considering quarterback as a potential position we want to upgrade. Still considering safety and corner and all these different things. As we miss the playoffs, we would finish 6-10. Should be good for another near top 10 draft pick. Our offense, not so great. Minshew had a whatever season. Rushing, Leonard Fournette had a whatever season. Gardner Minshew had a lot of touches for carrying on the ground. Jerry Jeudy was a monster. 86 catches for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. That's going to be pretty high up there for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Hopefully he wins it for more XP. Defensively, Miles Jack had an unreal season. That's got to be Defensive Player of the Year, or real close. 134 tackles, 7 for loss, 4 sacks, and 4 picks. 16 tackles for loss over Josh Allen led the way, and for quarterback sacks, 15 for Calais Campbell, 9.5 for Josh Allen. These are fantastic numbers. And then Miles Jack had 4 picks. No one else on the team had more than 1, and only 4 players had 1. That's crazy. That is crazy. We're I don't know. We're not exactly doing the most out here on the defensive side of the ball. But Jake Fromm, that's gonna be Rookie of the Year because he also won MVP. Jake Fromm with the New Orleans Saints, 12-4, MVP Rookie of the Year. That's wild. What team am I doing again? I am the Jaguars. Don't see any Jaguars in there. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes. Isn't it wild how I always get to the screen, I forget what team I'm looking for? It's crazy. Defensive Player of the Year, Ryan Shazier, a guy that's never going to play in the NFL again over Miles Jack. I'm sick. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Joe Burrow won it. What do you mean? Oh, AFC. Okay. I freaked out for a second. The Saints, NFC, this is AFC only for Rookie of the Year. Jeudy finished at 2 behind Joe Burrow, who's an 82. Judy's up to an 85. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Isaiah Simmons. No Jaguars. Shaun Wade wasn't anywhere in there. I guess not. All right, well, it is time for the offseason. Again, we're not really re-signing anybody. Weirdy kind of took care of most of that. So another year of free agency, a little bit more money to spend this time because we have some money. And then it's time for the draft yet again. I'm not bringing back D.D. Westbrook. We'll pass. We'll find somebody better or cheaper or both. All right, we brought in David Njoku in free agency. Big addition to our offense. New starting tight end. We're in business. And then Taven Bryan's contract is expiring. I think we're going to pick it up. He's nearing an 80. He'll be fine. We'll get him back. We pick at number 7 in the draft. The first pick already happened. I should have been paying more attention. And we pick at number 10. So the Rams suck. Good to hear. Now, here's a quarterback. Doesn't look amazing, but looks okay. I might just rock out with Minshew Mania. Now, a lot of our teams regressing in a big way. That's why our overall remains unchanged. So even as some players get much better, some players are getting worse. Minshew's up to a 76. We're going to rock out with Minshew Mania, I think. I need to improve tackle. But when you look on the defense side of the ball, it's no bueno. Campbell's down to an 84. Taven Bryan's only at a 79. AJ Boye's down to an 81, even if Shaun Wade's up to a 78. Telvin Smith is down to an 84. It's not good. We need to improve at some of these positions. So I'm looking at defensive tackle, corner, safety, linebacker even, but that's less so. And then tackle, and guard. And then maybe even receiver. Marquise Lee's down to a 75. All right, here we are at number 7. I think we're in a classic trade down spot. I don't think this draft class is that loaded. There are some good offensive linemen, and I think we will end up taking one. But we're here at number 7. At least one of them is going to be still available at 10. So what I might do is trade this pick down for some good value. And I probably will look to find a trade manually. Not a huge fan of any of those offers. So I'll find something to let you guys know. We're trading a first this year, a 4th, and a 2nd next year for a 1st and a 2nd next year from the Raiders. I anticipate that they're going to be pretty bad. They usually are in simulation, as are the Broncos pretty consistently. So maybe I should have tried to work out something with them. But here we are at number 10. I think I'm going to take an offensive lineman. Could be Darvion Lewis. Looks pretty good. Good guard to add to the mix. Could go Gil Graff. Could go with a defensive tackle. But let's take Darvion Lewis out of Ole Miss. Looks like a stud, and he should be good to come in and start right away. Show me higher than normal. Yes. Also, he's a 77 overall, but number 5 in the class. This is a pretty good draft class in terms of high overalls. And, yeah, he's fantastic. 90 strength, 83 run block. Like, decent pass blocking as well, but he's a really, really good run blocker. Fantastic addition. I almost want to take this quarterback now, but I think I'm going to take a tackle instead. Just because he looks pretty good, and I don't know if he's going to be there in the 3rd round when we're picking, even though it's at the top of the 3rd. The better players go earlier all the time. So Giovanni Spellman out of Indiana is the pick here in the 2nd, and he has a 73 overall normal development, number 16 in the class, took him at 39. So not really a bad pick, high strength, very well balanced. He's got good run blocking and pass blocking and everything. His awareness is just a bit low, which is bringing his overall down. But a really good player there. And if the quarterback is available in the 3rd round, I will take him. Quarterback controversy with Gardner Minshew. But if he's not, we'll pass. And he is gone, so obviously we'll pass because you can't take someone who's not there. And then draft board, there is a baller here in Ed Palmer out of Grand Valley State. But this guy, Thurman Mabry, looks like he might be a bit better, so we're going to take him out of Miami. 74 overall, number 11 in the class. SAR or better development, I will take it. 87 speed, good hit power and pursuit. Tackle's not so bad. Zone coverage is not so bad. Block shedding's real low. But we definitely have a new starting free safety. And Ed Palmer is still available. Welcome to the team, Ed Palmer. Skip the combine. Said, hey, Roger Goodell, I'm a baller. Don't have time for your stupid games. Number 23 in the class, took him at 103. Only normal development, only 71 overall. So I'm definitely happy with the first selection we made. But he looks like he could be an impactful player on special teams, but definitely not a starter. This will be the team for season number 3. Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Only thing that changes, Darvion Lewis slots in at right guard. We got a Gil Spellman. I got this Gil Spellman as our new starting left tackle, of course. We did not bring back... why am I blanking on his name? Alabama Cam Robinson. Juwan Taylor is in here still, but so we got a young offensive line for the most part. And then on the defense side of the ball, and David Njoku's starting as well. Defensively, though, you got Mabry starting at free safety. Big addition, Neville Gallimore is our new starting nose. Sean Wade still out there. Still need to improve in quarterback. At corner, if I said quarter a little bit, I meant corner. Those words sound so similar. But yeah, I'm going to simulate to the midseason mark and meet you guys there. Midseason mark, we are 4-4, so a little bit better. A little bit better. Leonard Fournette has an expiring contract, so we're going to have to deal with that if we want him to be our starting running back still, and I do. DJ Chark, Telvin Smith, AJ Boye, Ronnie Harrison, so some big names. Marquise Lee even as well. Now, here's the thing. Some of these players are tough decisions. DJ Chark, Leonard Fournette, for sure. You get it, for sure. Not really a joke there, but a happy accident. Now, AJ Boye, I'm fine to let walk. He's going to be expensive, and he's a regressing corner. I'm out. No way. Telvin Smith is a tougher one because he's 30. He's going to regress as well. I don't want to sign him to a 3-year deal, but also he's not going to accept a 2-year deal. He's an 84 overall, but he's going to jump down to like an 82 this year, then an 80 the next year, and then we're going to be paying a 78 overall, 32-year-old linebacker a lot of money. I don't really know that I want to do that. Leonard Fournette has been brought back, as has DJ Chark and Ronnie Harrison. AJ Boye, I'm out on. Telvin Smith is a tougher decision, though. I would rather overpay him and franchise tag him, because even if I gave him a 2-year deal, bumped up the money to incentivize him to take the contract, 10 mil overall, so 22 over 2. He doesn't like the length. He doesn't like the bonus. They never accept less than the length that they want, ever. Contracts are too black and white, in my opinion, this year, and I don't really care for that. But, yeah, Telvin Smith, there's no shot to bring him back unless I give him a 3-year deal. And as I stated previously, I don't really want to do that. We did not make the playoffs, finishing at 6-10 again. We are not a second-half team. That much is apparent for sure. Gardner Minshew had a better season, but our offense was really bad overall. Was not good. Minshew is still turning over the ball too frequently. This is too real. Leonard Fournette's not getting the ball enough. Average over 4 yards per carry. Only had 218 touches and 7 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy is putting up unreal numbers, though. DJ Chark had a decent season, too, except for low touchdowns. But Jerry Jeudy had almost 100 catches, almost 1,400 yards, and 16 touchdowns. He had a touchdown in every game he played. Jerry Jeudy is a monster, and he has Moss, in-out, elite, and streak specialist. Jerry Jeudy is a player you want to draft if you're doing these rebuilds, if you're playing in a franchise. Jerry Judy's a monster. Telvin Smith had a very good season. Tackles for loss 12 for Taven Bryan, although Calais Campbell led us in sacks with 9. Defense was a little bit weird this year. Still not a whole ton of turnovers. A little bit disappointing there. How good is our defense overall? Is it a high-ranking defense? I mean, it seems to be about middle of the pack. Still looking to improve, get better players. Jake Fromm wins back-to-back MVPs. He's a 92 overall as a second-year player. That is wild. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Deshaun Watson. No Jags. Defensive Player of the Year, Jayon Brown. Telvin Smith at 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Tim Kendall. No Jags. Defensive Rookie of the Year is our free safety, Thurman Mabry. That is very cool. I'll take that. So even though we didn't make the playoffs, is what it is. We're going to go to the offseason. We're going to have a little bit of money to spend in free agency. We're going to better our team. We're going to go to the draft, and we're going to better our team in that regard as well. We'll take a look at our team just so we know where our positions of need are going to be. And Lewis only has star development, but that's not so bad. Jeudy, of course, up to a 91 overall. Minshew at almost an 80. So he's our starting quarterback now for sure. Calais Campbell is down to a 79 overall. Yeah, that's tough to watch him regress to that level. AJ Boye 79. We need corner really badly. Mabry's got star development. He's approaching an 80. So Thurman Mabry is definitely our free safety of the future. Our defense is looking good. Again, we just really, really, really need to improve corner so badly because we're going to have Sean Wade, and then our next highest overall is a 67. Can't happen. Also, pretty much need to improve linebacker, as Telvin Smith is going to be gone down to an 80 already. I thought he'd only be down to an 82, but it's already an 80. I'm not re-signing him to a 3-year deal. There's no way. Campbell's going to be gone eventually. D-line and cornerback. The rest just have to progress, and middle linebacker. And then our tackles are fine. Our offense is fine. Could use a third receiver. But D-tackle, maybe twice. Cornerback, middle linebacker, and maybe a fourth wideout. But we're going to let these guys, our third wideout, Marquise Lee is a free agent too. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. I think I'm going to cut Nick Foles here. I think now is the time. Penalty is only $6 million here. Now, depending on how much money we have, we're going to play this differently. So 20 mil. So we could just make our offers, get our players, and then cut them. Lamar Jackson's in free agency. No way. I have never seen this before. Oh my. Now, this puts us in quite a predicament. Because we have Gardner Minshew. But Lamar Jackson's here. And no one is even offering him a contract. He's a 99 overall quarterback. Superstar X Factor. It would be absolutely ridiculous for the Jags not to go after him in this situation. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Only 44 total points. Here's what we're going to do. I want Roquan Smith as well, who's here. I want Roquan Smith very badly. We're going to cut Nick Foles and get some extra money, and then see if we can afford Lamar Jackson after this. And I know I said we're going to go with Gardner Minshew. I didn't know Lamar Jackson was going to be in free agency. You can't blame me. Lamar Jackson is going to be our ticket to success. All right, Nick Foles has got to go. It is time. Clearing up a whole ton of space. Almost 21 mil. We're taking a penalty for sure, but that had to happen. Gardner Minshew only has 1 year remaining. If we can get Lamar Jackson, it's a no-brainer. And he might not even accept, by the way. But if we can get him, we have to. So the highest amount that we can offer Lamar Jackson in terms of the points is 62. Now, the fact that he doesn't have any other offers on the table means that we might be able to steal him. I still want Roquan Smith very badly, but I want Lamar Jackson very badly as well. It's not the worst if we don't get him because we have Gardner Minshew, but hopefully he accepts this time around, and he does. We get Roquan and Lamar Jackson. Oh my goodness. What an addition to our offense. Now, you talk about the realism of that. If Gardner Minshew's progressing in a big way, maybe not, but he's only a 79 going into the final year of his deal, and at this point, future MVP Lamar Jackson, he's going to win the MVP this year, and maybe one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, if not the best at this point. In free agency, nobody's going after him. You have to offer him a contract. You have to. And then Roquan Smith is a huge upgrade over Telvin Smith. No relation. But wow, what an addition. Our team is now in a fantastic spot as we have the quarterback of the offense in the quarterback, and then the quarterback of the defense in the highest overall linebacker, middle linebacker on our team. So we are in fantastic shape. And then Josh Allen's going to get his 5th-year contract option picked up, of course. Pick at number 7 overall. And we do have another first-round pick, correct? From the Raiders? Yeah, 7 and 9. So awesome, even higher than last year. Preston Parker, what a blast from the past. If you guys do not remember Preston Parker, that's good. He was terrible. He was a wide receiver for the Giants, and this dude couldn't catch chlamydia in a Thailand whorehouse. I'm telling you, this guy was terrible. Just part of the great guys on the Giants in the 2010s. Terrible Giants teams. Really has been. It's been hard to be a fan. But they did win a Super Bowl in 2011, so can't complain that much, I guess. Although I still will continue to. All right, hopefully the players I want are available at 7 and 9. I think at least one should be. And there was a great cornerback that might not be available, and he is not. But there's another one who also looks pretty solid, who I might take at number 9 overall. But I think this one might be Teron Spearman out of San Diego State. 6'4", almost 270. Good speed, great power. Think he's going to be an ideal Calais Campbell replacement. Looks like a beast, and he is a 76 overall. Only 21 years old. Star or better development. Number 7 in the class. We took him at number 7. Good power moves, good finesse moves, good speed, good strength, good everything. This is one of the most well-balanced defensive ends I've ever seen. So, a very good addition to the team, as the Jets take a right end who is way less talented. And now it is time to take a cornerback. Jermaine Hodges out of Ole Miss. Decent speed, great top skills. Welcome to the squad. 77 overall. Number 6 in the class. We took him at number 9. Nice. His shoulder pads are way too big. He looks huge at 6'1", 190. He looks massive. 93 speed, 78 man. Zone coverage is less great, but overall a very solid addition. Good player, good corner. And we are 2 for 2 here at the start of the 2022 NFL draft. That's a lot of 2s, as we're now in round 2. 4th round, well, we're in the 2nd. We'll take a 4th round guy, though. 1st round projected talent. He's number 30. We took him at number 39. 71 overall, only normal development, but good strength, good block shed. Doesn't offer a whole lot much else, unfortunately. We are trading a 3 and a 4 this year and a 2 next year for a 1st next year for the Denver Broncos. And that's going to do it for the draft, as the Jets take their QB of the future in Brock Barber out of Missouri. Who can think of a great Mizzou quarterback? Blaine Gabbert. Ah, yeah, what a beast. Richie James is up to a 75 overall. We might sign him. Oh, Preston Williams is here? All right. Paris Campbell's here. You know what? I'm in it for the memes. Preston Williams, welcome to the Jaguars. Okay, this is the team for season number 4. Tackles could use some work, but our offensive line overall is great. Our receivers are great. Preston Williams could be better, but he's okay 3rd. And then defensively, we've got a great defense. Defensive backs are coming along nicely. We've got a stud rookie. Could use a better 3rd corner. Might pick up another corner in free agency if we can afford it. We got Spearman starting a defensive tackle. Taven Bryan still at right end. Calais Campbell's regressing, so we need to improve at that spot eventually. Linebackers are great. We are in quite a good spot, though, I will say, all things considered. Just need, what did I say? We need, what do we need? We need come on, spit it out. Another corner. All right, let me figure that out. We'll get Grant Haley. Stud slot corner from the Giants. That's the role he's going to play, is slot corner, so that actually works pretty well. Mid-season mark. Come on, Lamar Jackson. Carry this team to a 6-1 record. I will take it way atop the AFC South. Now, before I say anything I'm going to regret, I can't imagine this team blowing this lead. And we're down to an 84 overall offense, which I don't understand, because we were just at an 87 or 88 overall offense. What happened? What happened? I really don't understand that at all. I don't know that I've seen that happen before. We'll upgrade the team, though, use these skill points. Defensively, show me a great... Oh, we don't even know your development yet? How is that possible? Hodges only has star. That kind of sucks. It is what it is. So Spearman should be playing a ton. How do we not know his development yet? 7-1 after we beat the Giants. We should know now. Should know the development trait of that rookie defensive tackle now. Our offense looks sick. Jeudy's a beast. DJ Chark's a beast. Lamar Jackson, obviously, is a stud. And then Spearman has superstar development. Finally, something goes my way. I feel like it's been so long since we've drafted a player with superstar development or better. But finally, we get one. And I could not be more thrilled. And I'm going to upgrade this corner. The one thing I don't like about how the CPU develops is when they have man-to-man, their zone coverage doesn't get better. So you create such a one-trick pony of a cornerback, and they don't improve at other abilities. So we're going to have to do that manually if we want him to be decent in other facets of the game, not just man coverage. He'll have 99 man, 79 zone. We'll play man coverage. He'll look like one of the worst corners in the league. But Brandon Linder is going to be a free agent. Probably do another season after this, regardless of results. Josh Lambo, Andrew Norwell, Taven Bryan, Gardner Minshew, I'm going to have to let go. Calais Campbell, I'm going to have to let go. Jawan Taylor, I do want back, though. He's not even as expensive as I thought he might be. And we're going to sign him to a long-term deal. Give him a little bit more money, too. We have a lot of cap room, and we should be good to go in free agency. But Minshew's got to walk. go enjoy free agency. Calais Campbell, same deal. Taven Bryan, we can definitely bring back. Not really that expensive. And he's a pretty good player, fairly young as well. He returns. Andrew Norwell, I want back. He's not regressing very much. 2-year deal for Andrew Norwell, and he wants more money. Brandon Linder, I certainly want back. I don't know about Josh Lambo just yet. He's a good kicker, but he's a lot of money. Brandon Linder wants more salary too. You know what? We'll sign Josh Lambo. He's probably going to want more money than that, though. Everyone wants better salary. Yeah, you and me both. First round by 14-2. Lamar Jackson, I think, was the right decision. And obviously the team got better, but Lamar Jackson had one of the best statistical seasons in NFL history. 43, 54 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, only 6 picks rushing. Leonard Fournette was even better, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, even got more attempts. Lamar Jackson was great on the ground too. He accounted for 46 touchdowns. And only 6 turnovers. He didn't even fumble once. What is going on? What an unbelievable season. Receiving, Jerry Jeudy had almost 1,600 yards on 114 catches and 16 touchdowns again. DJ Chark was awesome. David Njoku was awesome. Dude, Jerry Jeudy is putting up some of the most unbelievable numbers I've ever seen of any receiver in any rebuild ever. How good is Jerry Jeudy? Look at him. Look at his route running. Speed is even higher. Acceleration's maxed out. Jeudy is nuts. I wish he could get more superstar abilities. Made his 3rd Pro Bowl. Yeah, Jeudy is kind of like the best receiver we've ever had in a rebuild. By a lot. His short route running goes up a bunch there. He's up to a 95 overall, with morale boosting him up by 2. Medium route running. So everything's just getting better for him. He looks just so good. Jerry Jeudy's a monster. Defensively, Roquan Smith had a very solid season, but not a whole lot of tackles for anyone. 12 tackles for loss, so for Josh Allen. We got a lot of pressure. Oh my goodness. 13 sacks for Josh Allen, but the rookie defensive tackle, Teron Spearman, had 12.5 interceptions. 2 for Roquan, 2 for Mabry. The rookie, Jermaine Hodges, got 1, but I think we might have the defensive rookie of the year in Spearman. So we did so well this year. I'm so excited for the next season as well, and we might even win the Super Bowl this year. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. The first time I've won MVP in a rebuild in quite some time, and it's barely happened this year. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Derek Bennett for the Jaguars. I think that's a quarterback, maybe. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Teron Spearman. Jermaine Hodges at 3. How is Spearman only a 79? What do you mean? He should be higher. Superstar Dev. He's going to get a ton of XP. Oh, there we go. Got to upgrade these players. Sign Gene Dangus in free agency. Sign myself in free agency of last season. But we advanced to the divisional. 14-2, and the former team of Lamar Jackson stands in our way in the divisional. How do you let Lamar Jackson go in free agency? That's kind of like a big loss. I ain't going to lie to you. But we'll see if we can beat the Ravens here. I sure hope so. 2 losses the entire season, and we kind of blow them out. And now the 12-4 Browns stand in our way of a Super Bowl. We'll see if we can go through them and advance to the Super Bowl, and we can. Should have some development trait upgrades as well. Lamar Jackson's got some XP for winning MVP. This is a stud team. It's only an 87 overall, but it feels like one of the best teams we've had because of how good Jerry Jeudy is, because how good Lamar Jackson is. Leonard Fournette's a good player. Our offensive line's coming together very, very nicely. I know they're playing up with morale, but Darvion Lewis is already a stud offensive guard. And then defensively, Spearman's up to an 86. Josh Allen's up to a 91. This team looks near unbeatable, and we'll see if they are. We got the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson versus Lamar Jackson. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league for sure. And we will upgrade a running back training boost there. Not that it matters too much. But Seahawks, Jaguars. How do we get Lamar Jackson, man? How did that even become a thing? The Seahawks are not wearing this in the Super Bowl. This is just, no, they're not. That's so disgusting. They brought out their mid-2000s green alternates. I'm going to throw up. In the Super Bowl, no less. I don't even think they're that awful. jerseys. I think they had potential, just maybe not the best executed. And it's a pretty high-scoring game. Not a lot of defense being played. We're up 21-17, and the Seahawks answer very, very quickly, and they go up even more. 27-21. I'm jumping in. It's going to be pretty impossible to stop us. Jeudy and Lamar Jackson. What does Jeudy have? I think he have, like, in-out elite. He's going to be really good. Should create a ton of separation, but he really didn't. But we're going to run away because we have Lamar Jackson. Look at the range of Bobby Wagner, though. He was all over that. It's going to be 3rd and 14. And we're pretty much looking for Jeudy. He's just so good. Or we'll run with Lamar Jackson. He's got all these abilities that make him pretty unbelievable. And that's open over the middle. We have it. I thought there was some crossover with the receivers there. I was hoping that wasn't going to get bumped and incomplete. That was a very, very big first down we had to pick up. And I thought about throwing it on the run. With some of these players, you really should be able to. But it's such a habit of just looking to set your feet, you know. We throw that. That's in traffic, but DJ Chark can't quite come up with it. All Madden base sliders are something else sometimes. Are they calling this a post for Jeudy? Throwing on the run? Oh my goodness, that's an interception. Touch pass Deadeye. It was inaccurate and intercepted. That was a weird play overall. All right, now I got to make a play. I'm bad at the game. We all know this. I always want to run. We have Lamar Jackson. Why not? But I made a mistake there, I guess. Now we got to play some defense. Oh, they ran an RPO. Are you kidding me? That's going to be a first down, right? Yeah. This game might be over. Oh, no. And that's a wide open run. They're going to win the game. So it is. All right. Seahawks are going to be victorious in the Super Bowl here because of a tipped interception. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll come back for a final season and try to win the Super Bowl this time. Unfortunate indeed. Offense didn't come to play in the second half. They slowed down big time. All right, we got to offer some more money to some of these players. Brandon Linder is one of them. He wants a higher salary, and we got to bump it up a lot if we want him to re-sign, and he does. I don't want to risk losing any of these guys and then having to franchise tag them. It's not really my game, so we'll just bump up the salary. And they're playing higher with morale right now. That's going to go down, and they're going to be lower overalls. It is what it is. Lambeau can get a higher salary too. So we're not going to have a ton to spend in free agency, but we'll have a bit. We'll have a meaningful amount to improve our team. A little bit disappointing not win the Super Bowl, but we jumped in. I threw a pick. It is what it is, even if it was tipped. It was a tough throw anyway, but thought maybe we could fit it into Jeudy. But we're not going to dwell on what has happened. We're going to focus on what we can do in the future. And in order to improve this team, we need to replace Calais Campbell. So we're looking for an interior defensive lineman. That is our biggest need by a lot. Grant Haley could even get a contract extension with us, but probably not. All right, we brought in N'Keal Harry and Sean Murphy Bunting. Now, Sean Bunting usually develops really, really well. He only has normal development here. He's only an 81 overall, or 80 overall, but he's a good third corner. We've got a good cornerback group for sure. This is a really solid-looking team. We don't have a ton of stars on defense. We're still looking to take a defensive tackle. That's going to happen in the draft. I might trade up. We should have 2 first-round picks, and the offensive line is very good. We're in a great spot overall. Some of these players' overalls will go down considerably once the morale dips in the second season. It doesn't carry over. But this is the final season. I'm looking for a Super Bowl, man. Again, disappointing not win it, but that's why we get some more suspense heading into the final season. Picking at number 15. Again, would not be opposed to trading up if there is a stud player I cannot miss out on. It looks like there's a great speed rusher in Kevin Kilroy at the top, and he's a baller. Skipped the combine out of East Carolina. Fun fact, I had an East Carolina dynasty for NCAA 14 going on the channel. It was a series I tried to start multiple times that never ended up working. I recorded 50 episodes when I went home my freshman year, my freshman year of college. I came back, I had my 360 at home. I recorded 50 games over that month, or a little bit more than a month. So that's multiple, that's like 2 games per day, pretty much, in some instances. And my computer broke, and I lost everything. So that series was not to be. But yeah, maybe it's a sign. Trade up and take him. We don't really need a speed rusher, but could always move like Josh Allen down to 3-4 end, even if that doesn't make sense. It'll work out fine in the game. Kilroy goes at number 1 overall. We're in such a weird spot. There aren't many good defensive tackles available. So I don't know that we're even going to take one. I think the players I like the most in this class, Dave Arnaud out of Ohio, which is weird. Looks like a monster. You see first of all, his attributes are stupid. And then his combine was great. He looks like he's a great third corner to add. And then Willis Fields, he looks like a great safety. There are so many really, really good players, but just not near the top. And then Shamir Polk might be our best option to take an interior defensive lineman. And then look at this tackle. 4th round, Jeff Riley. Insane combine and top skills. He looks like a beast. What are we going to do here? All right, simulating to number 15. I want this corner to still be here. He is. Dave Arnaud, welcome to the team. Number 2 in the class. We took him at 15. Star or better development. He's a monster. 92 speed, 82 zone. So he's the opposite of the cornerback we took last year. Good acceleration, great agility, good everything. Dave is a beast. And now at the end of the first round, what is here? Shamir Polk is still available. He looked okay. He doesn't look amazing, honestly. And I don't want to miss that tackle. But I don't know. Guess we might as well. Shamir Polk out of Duke. Welcome to the team. He is a 70 overall, only normal development. He's ranked number 31. We took him at 31. I guess we'll start him. He's not terrible. He's just got a little bit of a ways to go. And we're looking to win right now. So he's a bit of a hole, not going to lie. But I'm going to trade up. I'm not going to wait until the 3rd round to take that player. I don't think he's going to be available. So I'll trade a 3, a 4, and a 5 to get a mid-second round pick from somebody. The Bears would be perfect if they accept that. And they're not even close. Okay, well, I'll trade you a 3, a 4, and a 2 next year. And I'll get number 48. That is accepted. And it's going to be worth it. I promise you. It's going to be worth it because that tackle looks so amazing. He's going to improve our offensive line as the Broncos get a 76 overall wide receiver middle of the 2nd round. And Jeff Riley out of Boston College is on the team. Number 4 in the class. Didn't even think it would be that good. 76 overall. Star better development. That is fantastic. Super well balanced. 95 strength. Maybe the highest overall strength I've seen of any player, let alone tackle in the draft. What a beast, and what a draft for us. This will be the team for the 5th and final season. Good offensive line. I'm going to start Riley over Juwan Taylor, just because I think he's got a higher potential. That's all that is. Giovanni Spellman is going to be changed to left tackle. He's younger. He's a higher overall, and it takes him less XP to level up. He's the move at left tackle over Juwan Taylor. So that's what we're doing in that spot. Offense looks sick. N'Keal Harry is a good 3rd receiver. We have Courtney Davis at number 4. Offense, again, looks awesome. And then defensively, we look awesome as well. I'm starting Arnaud at cornerback 2. I almost want to say, pronounce it as Arnaud, but I'm not going to do that because I already said Arnaud a couple times. Hodges will be our 3rd. Sean Bunting is going to be our 4th. Good group of corners. Come out in dime or something like that. Good edge rushers in Yannick Ngakoue and Josh Allen. Great interior. We are so stacked up the middle. Our team is so good. This has to be a Super Bowl team. Once again, Lamar Jackson, lead us to the promised land. I'm going to put Jerry Jeudy back in the slot. We should be incredible. Jerry Jeudy, 16 touchdowns again, 1,500 yards again. Probably something stupid. But I will see you guys at the midseason mark just for a quick check and see how we're doing. And then we'll simulate to the playoffs, which I very much hope we're going to be a part of. Midseason mark. We are 5-2. I'll take it. David Njoku has a breakout player challenge. You say back in high school and college, a lot of teams used him primarily as a blocker. Not true. I watched his tape at Miami. That's not accurate. He's a liar in this breakout challenge. But he was a decent blocker, though, in college. That wasn't his primary role. But Arnaud has at least superstar development. We're 90 overall, 92 offense, 88 defense. Show me superstar X Factor just because that'd be sick. It's only superstar, but it is also superstar, which is awesome. Team is looking sick. I'm so happy we decided to start him. And I will see you guys for the playoffs. I think it's a foregone conclusion that we're going to make them. And this is one of the most fun teams we've ever assembled. I think that's safe to say. We're in the wild card. We went 11-5. The Colts won the division at 11-5. Lamar Jackson was very solid yet again, just not quite as good as last season. Tough to replicate. Leonard Fournette was quite good. Lamar Jackson was great on the ground again. Jeudy was a stud, but a down year for him at 90 catches, 1,100 yards, and 14 touchdowns. He's the only one catching touchdowns. He really is. No one else is. Let's count. That's 5. That is 6, 9, nice, 11, 15, 16. 16 receiving touchdowns for the rest of the team. Jeudy had 14. That is wild. Defensively, Roquan, Defensive Player of the Year type stats there. Spearman had 18 tackles for loss. Didn't get a whole ton of pressure this year. Spearman's having great years. Jermaine Hodges, 4 picks. Sean Wade, 4 picks. Dave Arnaud, 2 picks. Very good numbers for everybody overall. Yeah, our team's sick. I'm shocked that the Colts managed to beat us. Deshaun Watson wins MVP of the 5-11 Houston Texans. No Lamar Jackson. No, he's at number 3. I'm blind. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Deshaun Watson. Jackson at 3. Defense Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Roquan at 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dakota Reinhardt. No Jaguars. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dave Arnaud. Shamir Polk, the left end, at number 2. I'll take that. Probably would have preferred it to go to Polk, just because he's a lower overall, and he doesn't have the development trait that Arnaud has. But we will upgrade the team, and then hopefully we'll be able to win all these games in simulation. 9-6-1 Broncos are in the way first, and we beat them barely, 28-24. And now the Jets are in the way, and hopefully we beat them to advance to the conference championship. And then we'll probably jump in Super Sim if we do win. And we do. 38-17. And now it's Joe Burrow and the Bengals. It's always Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Happens every time. I think he's the first pick. Which, I mean, they're 90 overall. That's a pretty good chance of that happening in real life, to be fair. So we will go ahead and hop in here. Super Sim against the Bengals. 82 overall. Hopefully we manage to beat them. No one can really score here. It's 6-0. Finally get a touchdown on the board, and we stopped the Bengals from scoring. Big turnover on the goal line, and this is a blowout. Oh my goodness. 34-0. Bengals finally get on the board, but there's no way they can come back. 34-7 is your final. Absolute annihilation here in the conference championship. And now we get to see development trait upgrades for the Super Bowl, as it's the Seahawks again. We get a shot at redemption. Arnaud is going to be up to an 86. Are you kidding me? All right, 91 overall. Show me some dev trait increases. None that I can see. A little bit disappointing, but offense, again, looks crazy good. Riley is already up to an 82 with morale, so definitely the move to start him over Jawan Taylor. And then defensively, no development trait increases. None at all. But Arnaud is up to an 88 with morale. What a joke. 92 zone coverage. Yeah, he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Won Defensive Player of the Week last week. He is pretty amazing. I can say that. Made the Pro Bowl. What a rookie year. This would be a fun one to revisit if we want to do that, but I don't usually plan on revisiting the realistic ones. I don't know. But we've got the Seahawks here in 2023. It's time to get our revenge. We're 91 overall. They're an 85 overall. Let's do it, man. We'll at least split it with the Seahawks. Come on, man. Give me one. Let me hoist the Lombardi once. Another close game here. 17-7. But we do end up scoring a touchdown. Just got to keep the Seahawks out of the end zone. 24-21. They just keep scoring touchdowns. This is like deja vu all over again. And it's 30-28, and I couldn't jump in time. The Seahawks win again. Back-to-back Super Bowl appearances. Back-to-back losses against the same team. I'm going to be sick. Deja vu. Lamar Jackson throws for 310 and 4 touchdowns. Defense just didn't come to play. I know it's tough to stop Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, but come on, man. I'm almost tempted to do a final season. You can tell from the time in the video remaining if I do. Guess it kind of depends on these contracts, but wow, what a letdown. Jeudy is an impending free agent. We got to bring back a lot of players. F it. We're going for it. All right, Miles Jack's going to test out free agency, but he's not. We can't bring back Shaun Wade, which sucks. 95 man coverage for him, but we've got cornerbacks that can take his place, like Sean Bunting. We've got good corners. We're going to franchise tag Miles Jack. We brought back Josh Allen. We brought back Jeudy. We're super negative for cap, but that's okay. Final season for real this time. I'm simulating to the draft. We have no money for free agency, so we're not even going to worry about it. But let's get it, man. Final season. If we make the Super Bowl for a third time and lose, I'm going to actually cry. Picking at 31 overall. Again, I might trade up. It would have to be only picks to move up. But I need a good, defensive tackle? Probably. Trading a 1 next year, and a 4 this year for number 11 from the Browns. So we're trading up pretty significantly. We are going to take a defensive tackle, one that looks very, very good, mind you, in Denard Faulkner out of Georgia. 6'3", 295. Unreal combine. Great top skills. Looks like a stud. Can't miss prospect, in my opinion. He's a 76 overall, ranked number 5 in the class. Took him at number 11. Star, better development. 93 strength to go with 84 speed, or 84 power moves, 80 speed, 76 block shed. Really, really good player. I'd like to move up again, probably, but I just don't think we're going to be able to. There's a tight end, Jack Ambrose, that I think could be quite good for us, but, I mean, it'd be a backup tight end, so it's not, like, entirely worth it. So we're just going to simulate to the third, and then we're going to start the final season. First round guard here. We're going to take him here. 70 overall, normal dev, number 23. Took him at 95. Whatever. Best player available, clearly. So we will simulate the draft and start what is actually the final season this time. All right, this is the team for the actual final season, and it's even better than before, if you can believe it. Faulkner's going to play probably left end. Hopefully he has superstar development or better. Superstar X Factor would be awesome. Although I find that highly unlikely, just because it is highly unlikely to get that. Jeudy's at a 97. He'll be at a 99. Like, that's just what's going to happen. Arnaud's up to an 86 already. Has surpassed Shaun Wade in an instant. Faulkner's going to be a rush defensive tackle, along with Spearman, who's been a beast. We've got a really, really good team. It's just time for them to go out and actually finish the damn job. Midseason mark, 7-1. We're crushing it. Again, this is one of the best teams I've ever had, probably. Faulkner is already up near an 80 overall as a rookie, so that's fantastic. Show me superstar development at least, please. Please, I would love it so much. We don't even know yet. We're going to figure it out, but that is going to happen later. Playoff time. Come on, man. I know we're going to make the playoffs. I already know that's going to happen. But just let's do it with flying colors. First round bye easy. 14 wins. I would be thrilled. And that's exactly what we get. 14-2. Lamar Jackson crushed it. His best season ever. First offense. Second defense. We're out here. Lamar Jackson had a lot of turnovers for what he had in the other season. He only had 6 interceptions, but great yardage, great touchdowns, 44 touchdowns, almost 4,500 passing yards. We have Matthew Stafford, unreal. Rushing, Fournette had his best season. Lamar Jackson was great on the ground too. Receiving, Jeudy, 106 catches, 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. David Njoku, 9 TDs. DJ Chark was pretty good. N'Keal Harry, pretty good. Backup tight end had 5 touchdowns. Defensively, Roquan Smith had a very good year. Would like to see some interceptions there, but that's all right. Taven Bryan was okay. Sacks 14.5 for Teron Spearman, 12.5 for Josh Allen, 9.5 for the rookie Denard Faulkner, 7 for Miles Jack. Ngakwe's not getting the pressure we want, but that's fine. Only 4 interceptions for the team. That doesn't make any sense. 4 interceptions for the second best defense. We just didn't force any turnovers. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. That is awesome. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar Jackson. Second time that's happened. Defensive Player of the Year is AJ Epineza. I think I said defensive. That's not a thing. Defensive. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Quentin Burrow. No Jags. And the Defensive Rookie of the Year is Denard Faulkner. This has been a super fun rebuild. Definitely one of the most fun ones I've done, for sure. Got a lot of players to upgrade, and we're going to do just that. I am overjoyed. And Spearman has superstar, so I guess that means only star development for our left end there. A little bit unfortunate, but the team is so talented. Don't lose now. We have 299s in Jeudy and Lamar Jackson. And then defensively, it is only star development for Jernard Faulkner, but the rest of the team is so good. Spearman's up to a 92. Arnott up an 88. Josh Allen at a 95. This is such a good team. It's just time for them to show out and show up. Beat the Colts. Advance to the conference championship. No, we lose by a touchdown. It's all for nothing. Unreal. All that just to lose. Oh, no. That is going to do it, though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. Lamar Jackson is too high to get upgraded. We'd have to change his position to upgrade him, like to running back or something. But, yeah, he's maxed out. Defensively, Hodges got up to superstar development, so that's very, very nice here in the Super Bowl week, just for, the sake of it looking prettier or whatever. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.